Okay guys, quick update with Bitcoin. It's kind of an emergency video. So we got a rejection for NVIDIA. So in the last video, if you watch it, I'll put a link up to it now. I also covered why you should have been short-term bullish on Bitcoin. Now we're currently at a key support level. It needs to hold. If it breaks, we have some more downside. But I made it very clear. I said if we push up, your likely point to short NVIDIA is around 198.89. And if you'll notice, we pushed up and we got rejected. So now let's see if we get above 199. That's a very key resistance level. Otherwise, if we continue down, NVIDIA, your next support level is 160. The reason I bring this up, the Magnificent Seven, all these AI companies are holding the markets up. So if these AI companies continue to go up, then that's going to be bullish on the markets, bullish for Bitcoin. But if you start seeing NVIDIA and these other companies go down that are associated with NVIDIA, like OpenAI and Apple and Tesla and all these other ones, then you know that we're going to see some downside. So pay attention. That's a very key level. We did get rejected there. In Discord, and in the previous video, I showed you that all of these altcoins were at support, and I showed you, Bitcoin was at support. So be short-term bullish, and show the next key resistance level is 107.1K to 185K. And 108.5K, and we did get rejected at that area, and notice we got rejected in NVIDIA. By the way, this Discord can get access, so you get access to the charts. The link for the website is pinned in the first comment description. So let's cover these key levels. So notice we're at support right now. So again, and this is across charts. If we get daily open below this point, then we have some more downside. By the way, guys, if you want to get into leverage trading, CoinCatch is a great option. No KYC, no VPN. They have a special. If you deposit 1K, you can get $5,000 back. I'll put a link up to the events page. Make sure you use my affiliate link first, and then click on join to be part of that special. It's only, I think, 19 days left. I will put a link up to my affiliate link now. All that will be pinned in the first comment description, as well as the trading control for CoinCatch, as well as my website if you want to sign up. So let me go ahead and give you these levels, guys. I do want to get this up pretty quick. So right now, your current support, and this has to hold, guys, 104,146. If we get a daily open below that point, and that is about 9 hours and 25 minutes from now, daily open below 104,100 will be bearish. That becomes resistance. Expect some downside. Sorry, guys, my phone's ringing. Spam. They'll call back. Okay, so a daily open below 104,146 will be bearish. Otherwise, this point you might want to chance along. Looking at the MACD, it could go either way. The RSI, it looks bullish, but I just go by the levels, guys. We're at support. See, we're pushing up from this point. So be long from that point. If we break that support, your next support level below is down around 101,900. I got to move my phone out of the way. All right, so if we break that support level, your next major key support level is around 100,469. Watch previous video. I broke down what these green lines represent. Once we get daily opens below 100,000, especially 98,000, this is your last key support level. But I think at that point, we'll probably get a bounce, come back down, catch a bounce on this yellow line, push back up, and then have more downside. I'm not going to rehash that, guys. Watch the last video. I'm in detail about it. If we do push up and we hold above 107,150, next key resistance level on this chart is around 110,200. You can see how well prices have been respecting these fib lines. You can see we're pushing up from this point now. And as you can see, the reason I mentioned in the last video why 107,100, 108,500 was a key level was because we had this fib line, right? Previous high, if you go back, that was a lot of resistance. We didn't make it up to it. And this support level, again, like I said, there's a lot of support around 100K. So if we get below 100K, expect a lot of downside. This is just another chart. This is that line 108,363, and this was the central bullish band on the daily. Obviously, as I said, a lot of support down here. Once this breaks, we have a lot more downside, so not much has changed. Again, you see it looked like we were going to get crossed, but we didn't. But again, pay attention to NVIDIA and some of these the Magnificent Seven, see what they do. Let's go on, guys. Again, I done with this. Get this up quick. Now, this is what's very interesting. I didn't cover this in the last video, and I meant to do that. This is that rising wedge we broke down from. You can see right here, these red lines. This was our resistance. This was our support. We broke down from it. This is that ring I've been talking about for quite a while. So once we cross, expect some downside. So this is what I want you to pay attention to. Yes, the levels I just mentioned previously, but now I did say 104K. Pay attention to, we could dip below. But this is very important because if you'll notice, this looks like head and shoulders, right? So this would be your left shoulder. Let me make this white so it's easier to see. So this would be your left shoulder, this would be your head, and this would be your right shoulder. So this would be the neckline right here. Now, obviously, we dropped down, we found support, and pushed back above that neckline. So does that invalidate it? I don't know. Market makers want to trick people and trap you. If you measure from the head to the neckline, and you bring this down from where we broke down from, that should send you down to around 88,000. But, you know, it's possible that that's not the neckline. Now, keep in mind, like I said, 104K is key support. You see, we're just barely holding that right now. So if we continue down, watch 103K, and I'm just going kind of by the meat of the candle. You can see here, the meat of the candle was resistance. Resistance was support. Dip below it a bit. It was support here. A lot of resistance here. So 103,500 around the area is going to be a key support level. This daily candle, next daily candle is around 103,300. But that could be the neckline. I don't know. But if that's not, then that means this is the neckline right here, right? This could be the neckline because that's support. We got that wick down to here. We found a lot of support here. If that is the case, all right, and then, I mean, that would still play out. I mean, that it would be a funky, I mean, that we did get a bounce here. Would that invalidate it? I don't know. I mean, you could say that this could be a really funky right shoulder. I don't know. But if that's the case and you bring that target all the way down to here, that still puts you way the hell down here, and that's a lot further down. We're talking about 81,000. So again, it's just very strange because this was clearly a neckline, right? You can clearly see this was support. And while we did get this wick down, we did hold support here. We broke below it, so we broke down from this, looks like a head and shoulders, right? We held support, and because there was a lot of support there, we pushed up, and now we're coming back down to this neckline. So it's important that we hold above 103,500, 104,000. If we don't, we start getting daily opens below 104K, especially 103,500. Well, your next support level to pay attention to, well, we know that we'll probably catch a bounce around 97,200. Well, let's get closer to where we're currently at, 97,800. Like I said, those are very key levels. Once you start getting daily opens around that point, you know, we have a lot more downside. So as I said, very key level. If we get a daily open below 104K, start getting bullish. You get a daily open above 104,100, you know, start getting bullish and maybe back up to our next resistance. And there's a lot of resistance around 107,128 and 108,500, as I said. But, you know, we have a lot of support here, but once that breaks, again, that means we're going to have a really steep drop. Again, don't repeat myself. I think I made myself very clear, but it looks like this could be a head and shoulders, and everybody expected this to drop down to our target. Market makers push price back up, get people bullish. Again, everything did look bullish, MACD, RSI. But if we do break below this point, this head and shoulders still could play out. And that is a target, like I said, 88,000. If this is the neckline, maybe 81,000. So just pay attention to that level to see if we hold above or drop below. And I did mention previously, just like this ring here, I said when we cross expected drop, we moved down this ring, right? So we're getting very close to that ring, so the same thing could play out. If you want to see those key levels, they're still in play for those altcoins. Watch the previous video. This is just another, this is the 30-minute chart. This is a C1 chart just to show you that we are currently holding support. Like I said, 104K, 104,100, 104,200 is a very key support level. Your next support level below is around 103,000, right? So that's close to where that level is gave you in that previous chart. So pay attention to those levels. These levels need to hold. You get daily opens below these points, well, you know we're headed back down to our key support level. And I think once we head back down to this area, I think it will break. Your next resistance level on this chart is up around 109,764. But again, we still have to get above 107,200 to 108,500. We're breaking this support level now on the H1 chart. Your next support level to pay attention to, this is just a trend line that price has been respecting. And again, it's only a trend line. My charts are based off trend lines, the fib lines, these yellow and blue lines, these are the most important lines. So if we come down, your next key support level on the hourly is around 102,000. So 104,000, 103,500, those are your most important levels. Now, your current resistance on the hourly, if we stay below this point, is right now 104,400. Again, this is on the hourly time frame. But as you can see, so as long as, actually we're below this now. So we are below, right now price is 104,143. So your next support level is 103,000 to pay attention to. But again, I would just pay attention, like I said, if we break below 103,000, 104,500, especially this green line right here, then it is very possible that this head and shoulders, all right, that this will play out. And again, market makers want to trap you. So be long from here, but a daily open below, all right? Daily open below 104,146. We could wick below, just like we wicked above here and came back down. We could wick below and push back up. Pay attention to the daily opens. Those are what I like to trade. So if we get a daily open below 104,000, we're headed to 101,900, possibly 100,364. But I think once we're in this area, I think that's pretty much it. We're headed down to some much lower targets. Again, guys, if you want to check out CoinCatch's specials, just make sure you use my affiliate link, which is pinned in the first comment description. Then make sure you click on join. This is the events page. All these links will be pinned in the first comment description, as well as the tutorial video if you want to learn how to trade on CoinCatch, as well as my website if you want to sign up. If you do sign up, make sure you contact me through the email or the contact page. Email me. I verify you have an account, and then I'll send you a Discord invite link. You can't pay with USDT. You can email me through the website. Guys, that's it. Pay attention. Like I said, these AI companies like NVIDIA, OpenAI, all these, I'm sure you've seen that, where all this money is just going in circles. They're not making any revenue, or not much revenue compared to how much money they're spending. And I think the secret's out. So again, that's why I said this is a key level. All right, so we could see some downside for NVIDIA. And if seven stocks are holding up all the markets, once these markets start dropping, everything else is going to come down, and I'm sorry to say, it is clear as day. Go back and look at the charts. Bitcoin follows the market, so that's why it's important to follow these big stock companies. Guys, that's it. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.